Hey guys, welcome to Doing Things Dan's Way. For Christmas a month ago, my wife got me this nice little tire inflator jump starter. It has USB output and it's got a little emergency light on it as well. And it's about the size of my head. So, I mean, it works. I'm happy to have it. All those good things. When I noticed Auxito just launched this. This, as you can see, is way smaller. Has the same capacity battery as that big box does. Has a tire inflator kit. Comes in a nice little pouch. With the accessories and such. It's a jump starter, it's an emergency light, it's all the same things, and it's in this nice form factor with a nice package to go over the top. I'm gonna compare these two and see whether I wanna keep this one or keep that one, or, well, I've got more than one car, so they'll probably get spread around, but which of these two would I recommend? Because it seems like their capabilities are very similar. So I'm gonna test all four functions. The light, the tire inflator, how fast it works, the jump starter function, and the USB output connections to charge up like your phone. So don't go away. This is Doing Things Dan's Way. Okay, first test for the Auxito is a jump start. And this one's got a little connector over here, and both these kind of have an external power set. I noticed by putting a meter across here, you can actually see the raw battery voltage right there. And this is what does the magic of connecting the car when you go to start the car. So you push this in here. You get a flashing light which says it's ready to go, meaning it's ready to connect. Okay, we got a solid light. Let's try firing it up. Okay, that fired up just fine. It was nice and quick. Let's try the other one. Okay, here on the Cat brand, it's got the exact same connector, same basic idea, same idea of a box, and the same basic little red and green lights. Okay, got a green light. Let's find a place for this guy and give it a start. Okay, so both of those seem to have no problem starting the car. The car started up. It sounded just as easy in either case. It wasn't like one struggled and one didn't. They both just kind of fired the car right up again. Now they do have the exact same size battery, the same capacity, and that may have a lot to do with kind of the way it performed. Okay, exactly 6 minutes. So not exactly a speed demon. Let's try the Auxito. Okay, we're starting at 20 PSI the same way. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll work backwards in video editing to figure out what time that was. Sorry, I missed that moment. This one has like a normal plug, where the other one has just the hose with the thread end on it. One other feature difference to point out between the two of these, on the Auxito, it has this M or memory button, and you can go between, there's an icon right there for a car at 36 PSI. You press the M button again and you get a bike. It's showing 35 PSI as a standard. Another bike and a ball at 8 PSI. And so this gives you 4 presets to play with that you can adjust up and down. So on the Cat here, all you can do is go up and down with the PSI. It does give the PSI in 0.1 increments, which is a little more resolution. One thing about the Cat here that I actually really hate, it has these little roller edges everywhere, which it's too small to put your fingers behind comfortably. It's just too small of a gap. You just want to grab it like this, but then when you do, it ends up hurting your fingers. I mean, they feel like they're metal. I mean, there's some sense of quality to it, but functionally, there's nothing going on, and these are just silly. Okay, let's look at the power output side of this, whether it's USB or AC power. So on the Auxito unit, it has an input and an output. The output is a type A. Input is Type C. So it has one output on it. And if I take that output and put in a Type C adapter, plug in a iPhone 15, and turn on the Auxito. Yes, I am getting charging there. If I go to, this is a Type C DJI battery pack, and it does go into fast charge, so it's able to charge this no problem. Put in a Lightning iPhone, charges that no problem. And this is my little Goal Zero portable speaker, which has Type A, and yes, I'm getting a charge light on that. So this is able to charge everything if you got the right cable. Now here on the Cat, let's try the same thing. Type A to Type C. It's charging. Type A to Type C again. Yes, it's charging. Type A Lightning. Charging. And again, yes, charging here too. Okay, so the Type A is able to charge everything. Let's see what the Type C can do. So going Type C to Type C. Yes, lights come up. DJI charges. Lightning charges. Now can we do two things at once? Okay, plugging the second connector in, reset it. So it's shut off the power there. That's interesting. Okay, now we got both these working. So it appears that when you first plug in the connector, it's detecting the connection, and for some reason it shuts down. Now this unit does have an AC output on it. It's only good at 200 watts, so it might be like charger for your laptop sort of thing. And the whole battery in here is only 41 watt hours, so we can only deliver 41 watts for 1 hour. That would be the max it can do. So at 200 watts, it would last maybe 20 minutes, and then it would be done. So it's almost silly that it has this. I mean, it's nice, but if you plug your laptop in to charge, it's going to empty that battery pretty fast. This is kind of almost silly, considering the size of the battery that's in here is the same size battery that's in this one at 41 watt hours. Yeah. So I'm not going to give huge bonus points for this because of its limited power. I mean, you couldn't run any kind of power tool at 200 watts. This is a 35 watt LED AC fixture. And so with a 41 watt hour battery in this, it should be able to run this light for just shy of an hour, maybe 45 minutes. Okay, so let's look at the pros and cons so far. Size-wise, the Auxito is definitely the winner. I mean, it is 1/8 the size of this box. Both of these have to have an external bag to hold accessories and jump cables and such. This one does wind up its hose, which is nice, whereas the Auxito has the hose and the jump cable separately. So size-wise, the Auxito wins. As far as the air pump, it looks like the air pump on the Auxito was about 1 minute slower than on the Cat, but definitely this one was the winner for that. In terms of USB connections, again, the Cat wins because it can power 2 devices at the same time, even though it seems like it's a little finicky about it. And the Auxito only has one output. So for that reason, I would, again, give the Cat the win for that category. To go ahead and package up the Auxito here, then we can see the actual size and form factor of it. I mean, that's bigger than the box, but that's everything contained in one thing. You can carry it, you can stick it under the seat, real nice. This one here, again, a whole lot bigger in all directions, and you still have to have this bag of accessories to store the jump cables. So on the accessory sides and the kind of convenience, I would give Auxito the win. Another difference between these two is the fact that this one, the Auxito, has an actual fuel gauge that's giving us a percent charge. So right now it's sitting at 78%. So that's after starting the car, it's after running the tire up from 20 to 36, and plugging in various accessories. This one here still shows 4 bars, and that's the max resolution you get, bars. So not as good because you don't really know the exact number. And this one's done the same amount of work this one has. It has the same size battery. So I have a hard time believing that this one's really at full charge right now after it's done all the work that it's done. Okay, last but not least is the light function. So this is what the Auxito looks like. And you can press it once, it's solid. Press it again, it flashes. Press it a third time, we get a nice SOS red light. Over here on the Cat, it has one button on, one button off. So all it is these three LEDs here. So let's go outside and compare how bright these two are. So this is the light on the Cat, and you can see it's pretty much like a spotlight. I mean, like a typical flashlight would. Yeah, I mean, it's light. It's not a broad light or anything. Usable, but not great. Okay, this is the light from the Auxito. It looks to be a much more broad light. This is lighting up the tire on this car over here and over here. It's lighting up the whole area. I feel like I get a much better sense of what's happening around me. Much more usable light. It's not nearly as directional. Okay, well, I've shown you both of these products. What do you guys think? Do you like the smaller form factor of the Auxito and the case, and the fact that it actually would fit underneath most seats of a car? Or do you like the added functionality of 2 USB outputs and the 120 volts here, despite the larger form factor and the extra bag you got to carry? Tell me in the comments below, which of these would you choose? I will put one in each car. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. This one's probably going to go in my smaller Ford C-Max because it can fit under a seat. This one's going to go in the back of my Highlander because I have more space for it. If I had to pick only one, honestly, I think I prefer this form factor for just several different reasons. And it's fairly rugged because I did totally toss it earlier, which is why the edges are kind of scratched a bit. I biffed it. Now, if you use my affiliate link below and use the code DANSWAY at the very end at checkout, you'll get 15% off of any of the LED bulbs Auxito makes, as well as their accessories like this pump. Let me know in the comments if I've missed something, and I'll certainly respond to all the comments. Hit up these videos over here. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And until the next thing comes along, be blessed.